In this video, we'll configure the contact form plugin and insert it into the contact page. This will give visitors a way to contact the website owner through email using a common form on the website. Using a contact form like this is a professional and tidy way of communicating with website visitors and adds value to the website. You'll learn how to use the Contact Form 7 plugin, its many possible configurations, and how to embed a form anywhere on a website. First, taking a look at the dashboard, we keep seeing this welcome to WordPress, welcome screen, but you can dismiss it and then it'll go away. Now, under screen options, there's always checkboxes for what you need or what you don't need on your desktop dashboard for WordPress. And so if you check that box, that will come back. But when you dismiss it, it unchecks it. Here's your challenge for this video. Since we have the Contact Form 7 plugin activated, we have the contact menu bar over here on the left-hand side. Go ahead and add a contact form, configure it a little bit, and insert it into the contact page. Pause the video now and give it a try. How'd it go? Here's how I'd do it. I'll go over to Contact Forms, and you can see that Contact Form 7 also has a dismissible message, but it already populates the plugin with a contact form that's been made already. You can see this is where it gives you a short code, which is how we place it into a web page or in a widget. But if I look at the Contact Form 1, I might just open that and use it for my contact form. I'm just going to put contact me because that'll match the name of the page where I'm going to place this contact form. And then you can see Contact Form 7 gives you a few tabs across the top. One is the form. The next is the mail tab, and this will show you how your message is going to be mailed out to you, and then you can actually attach a second message down here that could be used to respond to the person that filled out the form, showing them what they sent you. Messages are when the form gets sent, Contact Form 7 will open up a message to the user to say what happened, whether there was an error or whether the form was sent. And then there are some additional settings if you need customization code snippets that you've gotten from around the internet, or other things like integrations with mail servers and things like that. But for now, the simple form is probably fine: a name, an email, a subject, a message, and a send button. I might leave it as is for now, and when I come here I could see that I would like to receive the messages at this email address. My name, sure, the subject, and then it'll put all these things in the body of my message. And the default message sounds great. I'll just hit save since I changed the form name. And if I just click once in the shortcode here, I can hit Control-C to copy it, or if I right-click, I can hit copy. And then let's open up the page and see what this looks like. With a shortcode that's surrounded by brackets, the way that is, you don't have to place it in either the text tab or as text right here. What you can do is just paste the contact form as is with the brackets straight into the body area, update the page, and then let's take a look. Refresh the page. Great, a nice looking contact form. The button looks nice. Tells me which fields are required. Great. Now, if you're building this site in your local development environment using MAMP, the way that I am, we're not going to be able to actually test what this email looks like when it sends, because we don't have a mail server installed on our local computer. There are ways to do that, but when I'm building websites, I'll generally build them at my live server, either behind a maintenance screen or behind a password, and that way I can test that the contact form works. if I am building a site within a local environment like this, I'll just place the contact form here, and then once I migrate the site to the live server, I'll make sure and test the contact form. If you do happen to fill it out and test it, let's go ahead and look at what the message says once we hit the send button. It's got some little, there was an error trying to send your message. Please try again later. Now that's because we're not attached to the internet and there's no mail server here in my local environment. In a later chapter, we'll be going over transactional emails that WordPress sends from the server, marketing emails through a service like MailChimp, and other ways of emailing through websites. For now, though, let's just look at other things that we can place within a contact form using the Contact Form 7 plugin. Back under Contact Forms, I can edit this form. And if you remember, there were a bunch of different buttons for the Form tab here. Things like email, telephone, URLs, a number, a date, a text area, a drop-down menu. And these pieces of code are necessary to place the form inside the website. But suppose I wanted to do something like a drop-down or maybe radio buttons. I wanted to have, I wanted to choose whether they are male or female. Just an example. But if I hit Insert Tag, there we go. So just like this is a text area tag, this one right here is a radio button that has two choices, male and female. And so what I'll usually do is just copy and paste other sections so that I have the line break and the text here that I want. And then you've got to close the paragraph tag. Great, now if I save that contact form, because it's pasted into my contact page using this shortcode, once I change it here, it'll be changed on the website as well. But there's one more thing I need to add, and that is in the mail area, when I send myself an email from this contact form, I want to get that in addition to the message. I also want to know the answer to that other question, the gender. And so if I just scroll up just a little bit, since I created another field inside of the contact form, it gives me what I need, the code to place in the mail to give me that information once the user's answered that question. So I'll just copy that, paste it here, and save the form. Great, that looks nice. So in this way, you can really build a contact form for any purpose using so many different types of things like checkboxes, radio buttons, there's quizzes, recapture to prevent comment spam, and things like that. Now suppose I wanted to place that contact form on the sidebar of every page on the site. It's as simple as placing that shortcode inside of a widget on the sidebar. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. If I re-grab, copy the shortcode again, let's go to Appearance, Widgets, and then to place any kind of item, HTML or text or even images inside of a sidebar widget, you can use a text widget. So I'll drag one over. Let's place it there below the search bar but above the page's navigation. I can title it Contact Me. And let's just place that shortcode there. Alright, I've saved that widget and I'll refresh the page here and we'll see what it looks like. Great, again, a nice looking form formatted for the text widget. Now, I don't think I want to have the contact form on the sidebar and be present on every page of the website. So I'm going to go ahead and drag it out of there. One thing is that there's an available widgets section on the widgets page and an inactive widgets section that you can use to save widgets with their current settings if you like. So I'll take that contact me here. If I just make the available widgets a little bit smaller, now the inactive widgets will keep their settings. So if I just drag the contact me text widget across, WordPress will save it there for me if I ever want to activate it later. So if I refresh the page, I can see that that'll be removed from the sidebar. In this lesson, you've configured a simple contact form using the Contact Form 7 plugin and checked out the different types of information you could collect in a form. Plus, you used a shortcode to place the form on the contact page as well as in the sidebar widget. In the next video, we'll continue to build out the contact page with an interactive location map using the Google Maps plugin. Let's go!